This week in Jamaica Now, former resident magistrate accused of being involved in the lottery scam says she's being set up. Vast majority of JLP delegates not eligible to vote. Labour Minister tells Jamaicans to look overseas as unemployment rate rises. And Usain Bolt to retire after 2016 Olympics. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Papa Jesus. All along I thought Audley Shaw, the yet undeclared challenger to Andrew Holness, was Manayard. But if I am to follow his colleagues in the JLP, him is boy a yard. Him can't do nothing.
I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. Former resident magistrate and attorney at law Dion Mailer-Reid has vowed to clear her name in what she believes is a setup. Mailer-Reid and 4 of her employees were brought before the court after being suspected of being involved in the lottery scam. They have been charged with illegal possession of a firearm and were granted bail on Wednesday, 2 days after being taken into police custody. The police say their investigations are ongoing in relation to the lottery scam allegations. A Jamaica Labour Party committee is now seeking to work out arrangements to address constitutional issues surrounding voting at the party's upcoming annual conference. The development follows the discovery that the vast majority of delegates in the 63 constituencies are not eligible to vote at the JLP's annual conference come November. Committee member Tom Tavares-Finson says the body is looking at constitutional requirements for the registration of the constituencies and the registration of delegates.
It's working out, man. In due course, you'll be informed. We're just examining all the constitutional issues, and when a decision is made, the press will be first to know.
JLP Area 3 Deputy Leader Audley Shaw has embarked on a series of consultations among delegates to decide if he will challenge leader Andrew Holness. The Labour Minister Derek Kelly has told Jamaicans to look overseas for job opportunities. Mr. Kelly's comments come only a week after it was revealed that Jamaica's unemployment rate currently stands at 16.3%. The Labour Minister says the government expects the figure to improve as business confidence and investments will get better with the passing of the first International Monetary Fund test. Jamaican sprinting sensation Usain Bolt says he plans to retire after the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. Bolt says he wants to win more gold in Rio, set another world record in the 200 meters next year, and perhaps win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. Bolt is the most decorated athlete in the World Championships history with 8 gold and 2 silver medals. He has also won 6 gold medals from the Olympics. Meanwhile, track star Veronica Campbell-Brown started to mount her defense at her disciplinary hearing for a doping violation. The hearing is being held behind closed doors and is being overseen by a 3-member panel of the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association. Campbell-Brown was tested positive for a banned diuretic in May and accepted a provisional suspension in June. Campbell-Brown is being represented at the hearing by a former Prime Minister and Attorney at Law, P.J. Patterson. Tax Administration Jamaica says it has seen an uptick in the number of persons paying outstanding property taxes after the names of 400 delinquent taxpayers were published in the newspaper. The 400 delinquents, who have all been brought to court, owe about $9.9 billion in taxes. The TAJ says since the names were published, even persons whose names did not appear have come forward to settle their debt. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and as we go, we bring you more on the Ganja debate from the Gleaner's Editors Forum.
I've always been interested in Ganja law reform, not because of any personal needs, but because I regard it as a fundamental human rights issue. You see, the criminal law is meant to intervene when people harm each other, to protect people from harm, from criminal harm, from theft, whatever it is. The criminal law should not be used when people are using a substance which is available to them, which does not harm them when it's used responsibly, and which does not harm others.
I'm surprised coming here at how quiet it is in Jamaica on this discussion. Here Jamaica has this national history and tradition with the medical use of cannabis. You have the culture and the Bob Marley and all of that. You have a lively underground industry here. What we're doing in the United States is trying to move a massive multi-billion-dollar industry from the black market, where it's dominated by criminals, where disputes are resolved with violence, where taxes are not collected but instead spent on futile enforcement efforts. And we're trying to move all that above ground.
We use ganja not to get high, but so that we can be in communion with one another, and also that we can be in communion with the Creator and be in communion with the environment around us. And somehow or other, ganja helps us to be in communion with the animals, with the birds, with the leaves, with the trees. And all of this helps us to move to that level whereby we feel no pain and that we feel that heavenly happiness that causes us to carry on and to continue to do good to humankind.